your Twitter titas, talk about life, love, and everything. Sorry, all the kieme in between. This is your Abby_Valte on Twitter.
And this is Mrs. Unlawyer, and you can call me Tita A on Twitter.
Hi, this is E. You can call me Madam Hiddles kasi nga feeling ko jowa ko si Tom.
Akala ko feeling ko sanay ka ni Tom.
Ano na? Wait lang, laglagan na naman ba? Ano sabi mo?
Akala ko sabi mo, baka feeling mo nanay ka ni Tom.
Diba? Hindi. Kung si Tom,
Kung si Tom ganyanan, antayin mo.
Kung si Tom, si Loki. Si Eto, si Loka. Oh.
Sige, tatanggapin ko yan. Anyway, ako yung tita nyong it's a tie, yung flatness ng likod sa hinaharap. Sa lahat ng mga mamaman, ako kay daddy, yun pa talaga. So yun lang. Yun ang inarte ko today.
May buhok ba sa dibdib?
May buhok din. Wala. I check.
Okay.
Ayoko na, Marga. Take it away.
Okay, I am Marga versus Machine on Twitter. And we have two special guests today. I'm sure nakikita niyo sila everywhere, if not on Twitter, on Instagram. They made the rounds on social media last year. I'd like to introduce the Tung brothers, Mikko and Macky Tung.
Hi!
Welcome! Asan yung flex?
Flex! Oh!
Kulang pa suwain eh.
Sino mauna? By age, by beauty, what?
I am the older one, so I can go first. Do I introduce myself?
Yes.
Should I introduce myself? Okay, so I'm Mikko Tung. I'm the oldest of the brothers. Should I introduce what I do also? Should I go all in?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So, I think most people knew me from my time in Ligo Sardines. But now currently, I'm running my own startup, Job. We do what started out as home repair has grown to property management. We do cleaning, we do movings, we do sterilizing. So that's what's been keeping me busy. I mean, there's nothing really much to do during the pandemic. So yeah, that's about it. Maddie, your turn. That's about it. Maddie.
Okay, sorry, I had to put on the earphones. It's my pin now. I'm Macky. As Mika said, he's the eldest. Sure, but I'm the most good-looking one. So, throwing out there. So, I'm the youngest, the most good-looking brother among the Tung brothers. I am, I'm the brand lead for Pickaroo. And, I guess, yay!
Pickaroo fans!
And, I guess, thank you. And I guess you guys probably know me, or that's where everyone started to know me from last year's Ligo's Special Powers ad. So that's where everything started. And yeah, I guess that's my intro. Hi guys. Hi girls.
Hello.
Yan, gigisahin natin sila.
Gigisahin na parang sardinas.
Let's go. Game.
Okay, I wanted to share originally I was gonna ask them what's keeping them busy these days. But since they answered that, I want to share an anecdote that I availed of Odd Job Bob services the first GCQ, that was last June, to help change my lighting fixtures, which I bought thanks to referral ni Ana, diba? Alam mo yan. So, the team of Mikko, pumunta sila dito, kinabit nila yung lights. Tapos, when they were rewiring sa may kitchen ko, they said, ma'am, kailangan natin ayusin to kasi fire hazard. So, you guys saved my life. So, thank you. That's why I always recommend Odd Job Bob to my friends.
Thank you. Yes.
Galing.
Nakatakot yun, lalo na ngayon.
Oo.
Yeah.
Kasi pwedeng mangyari yan while you're asleep, di ba? Tapos mag-isa ka pa naman
And these are things that normal people don't know. I mean, honestly, Marga, if it were me, I probably would have been the same. I would have never known about the fire hazard. So
Yeah.
it's good that we're providing a
Very
service
professional.
to educate the people who don't know, right? So
Mm-hmm.
that's a very big compliment for us.
Ayun.
Yay. Okay,
Okay.
E, take it away.
Okay. Um, Ligo has been one of the few brave brands that dipped into social media and then even in social and political issues last year, pero always witty and funny yung take nyo. Was this a conscious decision on your part, at least at the start?
Macky,
I'll
can I
take
answer that?
I'll take this.
Okay.
I understand why people always. I've always gotten this question from friends or media. To be honest, the intention was never to be political or whatnot. Although I understand why that would be the impression that people get, right? But how it started from me really was I was just on social media, and I remember the first ECQ like so clearly, right? Like everyone was just
Mm.
stressed and like they were irritated with what's going on, and like everyone was just voicing out their own sentiments on Facebook or Twitter on Instagram.
Right.
And I figured, it's gonna be so useless if we put out any content because no one cares right now. Everyone's so focused on the pandemic, right? So
Right.
I spoke
Right.
to our creative director at that time, right? And I said, we
Mm.
need to ride the conversation. So at that
Mhm.
time they were talking about emergency powers or whatever. I'm like, okay, let's just ride off that.
Mm.
Mhm.
Let's try to let's use that context, like no special powers. How could we use that line, that word, no special powers or emergency powers? How could we apply it to legal? And I just found the connection to it, right? Just talking about our easy open cans.
Yeah. The
Galing.
easy open
That's
can,
basically-
right?
Yeah, right. And that's really honestly it. It was never to be political. It was just that was the source of inspiration.
Right.
That was
Mhm.
the source of inspiration. That's what inspired me to make that ad. But it was never meant to be political in any way.
It just
And,
snowballed
and the
that
following
way.
ads, we had a lot of ads afterwards, and it was just riding off what was happening in the news because again, that's all anyone was talking about, and I just needed to ride off it.
Right.
That's all anyone
Right.
was talking about, right? So yeah, I hope that answers.
So
your
it was
question.
an opportunity. It was really just
yeah.
seeing the opportunity and grabbing it, which is, diba, normally that's really how it is when it comes to creativity and
Yeah.
ads, no? You just
Mm.
ride on it.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So, it's interesting because Ligo is a legacy brand, diba? It's
Yeah.
one of the it's a Filipino legacy brand, and as third generation businessmen, you manage to take it, well, let's just say, into the 21st century, no, or into the millennial and Gen Z space. But before you guys were able to do that, I'm interested. I'll go with Macky first. Macky, what was your first task or job in the family business?
Okay. Because I was in school for a really long time. I was in school for like 7, I think almost 8 years, probably 8 years, right? So afterwards, there was because with Mikko and I might be preempting Mikko's answer here, but with Mikko and Mark, when they entered the company, they really started from the bottom and worked their way up. And I think Mikko will give context once he answers. But me, because I think I was stuck in school for longer than usual. Once I was done, my dad was like, "Okay, nope, we can't start from the bottom. You just handle the marketing right away." So
Yeah.
right from the get-go, I took control of marketing and advertising. So on the first day, Mikko he passed on all the work in terms of marketing. So I was meeting right away with our advertising agency. I took control of our social media, and then that's where I was telling Mikko, okay, what's the objective here? And me, Mikko, and Mark, we all agreed. All right, the objective here is to reinvent what sardines is, what it means to people. So that was my
Right.
first task, reinventing what sardines means to the Philippine people.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
So in some circles we call 8 years as Magna 9 years in college.
Magna 9 years na.
fine, Macky. I mean, we all take our time. I mean, different person, different time. And,
Yeah.
I was having
that's
fun.
May kanya-kanyang pace yan.
kanya-kanyang
Going
pace
out,
yan.
getting drunk, meeting
Diba?
girls left and right.
What about you, Mikko? So what was your first job or your first
Oh
assignment?
man. Because we're a Chinese family, so I think like everyone knows how in Chinese tradition it's like. Because me, I did the entire process. Like before I could enter the family business, my dad had me work outside first for a year, and then I got called in, and then when I started at Ligo na, I really at the very bottom. I was in line, I was working the machinery, pushing the carts.
Wow.
And then, slowly made my way up. And then, from there I became an assistant to the plant manager, and then I became plant manager until I finally reached the vice presidency role next to my dad. But I was in Ligo for a decade.
Wow.
So yeah, and so that
So
was
how old,
my
how old were
journey.
you? How old were you when you started out?
25, 24, mga ganon. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Diretso
I forget,
ate.
25 ata. Yeah. But yeah. And then
Diretso.
yeah. I mean, it was a long, I was stuck in the factory for a long time. I didn't make it to the executive level for a while. Macky really was the lucky one.
Oo.
May hugot!
Pasok ka agad.
May hugot si Kuya.
Yeah.
May hugot si Kuya.
But
Yeah.
it's true. Because of that, I learned to appreciate, the business. I think if you were to look at the three brothers in terms of operations, I think I would have a firmer grasp on how the business actually runs because of that entire journey.
That's true. That's very true.
So it's as hassle as it was, I am also very appreciative.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm. Pero maganda rin yung strategy niya. 8 years in
Ni
college.
Macky?
Ganda ng strategy.
So wait, apart from Mark, do you have other siblings?
We have 2 older sisters who are abroad.
Okay.
So yeah, I
So-
mean
Five.
they worked briefly in Ligo, but I guess it just wasn't in their,
It
it
wasn't a
wasn't
good
part of
fit
their
for them,
destiny.
It
Yeah.
wasn't the path, right. No, the
Yeah.
only reason I ask is Macky the youngest sibling?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and it's far apart. Now
So,
I think he's 9 years from the originals were all near each other, and then Macky just all of a sudden appeared.
Pahaboy. Dapat tapos
the
na.
original.
Yeah. I
So,
think
parang
ibang
siya.
2 boys, 2 girls, no? Lumalabas. 2 boys, 2 girls kayo.
Yeah.
Okay na dapat.
Yeah.
Then bigla, may sumulpot.
Oh.
Biglang may others.
Ayan.
Oh.
Alam ko yan. Macky, I'm also a bunso in a Chinese family. Alam ko yan.
But
Mahal na
Bunso
mahal
in
ka
China-
nila.
Yes, yan, diba? Bunso has a good life. Tapos the eldest son, oh man, yun yung bugbog sa trabaho, right?
Oy, hindi ba
Grabe yung hugot.
Oo nga, hindi niya ba utusan yung bunso? Kasi ako, older generation, ako yung it was during my time na ako yung pinapalipat ng channel kasi wala pang remote control.
Ako baliktad. I'm the eldest, but I'm always mapagbigay sa siblings ko.
No. Eldest ako. Talagang pababayan. Yung bunso ako.
Ayan.
I mean,
Terorista.
I don't think I could ever apply those, powers because we had older sisters.
Ayun.
May sisters
and
kasi.
They would always be able to put us in our places. So as much as I would have loved to have been the boss of the siblings, it's not the truth.
Kasi may ate kayo. So
Kasi
May
third
ate.
ka no? May ate.
Yeah.
Tama. Wait.
So,
My
the entire
question
family,
naman was
sorry.
ano. No, it's okay.
I was
Go
gonna
ahead,
say
Mike.
na, yeah, I was gonna say na si Nico pala ang middle child. Hindi pala
Yes.
Yun. Oo.
Yes.
The middle
So it's
child.
weird. I'm in this weird position where I'm the middle child, but I'm also the eldest boy. So it's
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Especially sa Chinese family, as you well know, iba ang dynamic kapag eldest son,
Pag
di ba? Ang daming
son.
expectations. So, ang daming
Exactly.
expectations.
The pressure is wild, but
Yeah.
it builds character.
Yes.
Well,
Right?
Nice.
That's true. That's true.
Napaka-positive.
Sige. Next.
Next. Yung question ko pang tanga. Pero yung fish ba yung fish ba sa sardines, lahat yan from the Philippines, no?
No. So we source.
No?
We source both locally and imported because you have to because it's seasonal there, right? So when the fish ban is implemented, you don't want your factory to close down because then how will you, right? Like you'll lose money. So we import when we need to. And also we have premium we have premium items that we specifically use imported fish for. Yeah. So we ship from so locally we get from Zamboanga and Bicol. And then we import from Japan, the US. At one point we were importing from China, India, so yeah.
Ay, bongga ang layo. Tatanungin ko sana kasi kung ano yung stance ni Macky sa West Philippine Sea. Total marketing.
If you were still in Ligo. If you were still in Ligo, how would you use that premise?
How would you use West Philippine Sea?
Moment marketing, Max.
My creative process usually I would need at least some time alone.
A glass? Akala ko 2 glasses.
I don't like rushing my creativity. It's happened so many times in the past, and I've never been happy with the output. And I'm very particular with quality. Next safe answer.
Ang galing lumiko.
Medyo sensitive naman West Philippine Sea.
Oo, galing isda. Papunta sa West. Pero aantayin ko yon. Sige, since sabi mo it takes time, 1 week, tapos follow up kita sa Twitter.
Hala, ina-apply na ni Ethel yung pagiging,
I don't know.
Pakalamera, diba?
Okay, this question naman is, this question naman is for Miko. So, you're part of the family business. I'm sure you've had your hands full, but you still went on and set up Odd Job Bob. So, what made you decide to do that, and what made you come up with the business idea?
Well, because I always wanted to. I always felt like I'm, very entrepreneurial and everything. And a family business is great, but parang it's not as fulfilling as parang being able to put up your own. I love Ligo, don't get me wrong, and who knows, I may end up back there eventually, but I always wanted to be able to sort of make my own mark outside of the business. And sort of like parang I've lived the sardine industry my entire life. So to be able to learn an entirely new industry is also very fulfilling, And so one day, one day Macky's a co-founder. One day, Macky and I and 4 of our friends got together one night, brainstormed, and Odd Job Bob was born. Yeah.
Yeah, it seems to be very normal for kids whose families are in legacy business, because the business is there and you know that it will power on. It gives you also that little itch na try naman to see what I can do naman outside of that.
Yes.
Diba? I think that's
Although-
also fair.
Yeah.
Although it was not an easy decision, to leave Ligo, because it's like you're also leaving the security of a business
Right.
like Ligo, right? So
Right.
and like unfortunately, I mean, luckily we survived, but like when we put up a job up, COVID like started, soon after, and so
Right.
we had to operate this business with all of the limitations of the pandemic, and so we were all sort of like on our game, and so parang it was fun, it was really fun to sort of like fight to survive, because Ligo's like so established that parang we can literally just sit in our chairs and it'll just kind of like survive, right? And
Right.
so running Odd Job
Yeah.
Bob during this pandemic was a very good exercise for all of us.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I wanted to ask Macky because I heard that when you were young, you wanted to be a lawyer. So what happened? What changed your path? You're now in marketing and creative. So what happened?
Yeah.
School happened.
No, I think it was. I guess it's just, there was. Maybe there wasn't enough push. Like, it was something I always wanted to become, but maybe I was never vocal about it. So,
Right.
I never told my parents. So maybe they never pushed me to wanting to become a lawyer or whatnot. But I couldn't find the drive. I didn't know where to find the source of inspiration, that push, that drive to really pursue it. But,
Right.
to this day, like whenever I talk to my friends and I argue with them, and I argue because I really speak what's on my mind. I'm not going to hold anything back. And that's when I know that I'm like, I really could have been a lawyer. Yeah.
Have
But
you
whereas,
ever thought of going to law school? Kasi pwede pa naman eh.
I mean, that was like, that's a lot. I mean, I was in school for 8 years.
Balik tayo sa 8 years.
Oo, nagmagna na nga pala.
Oh, pagod na si Macky. Ligo Malone. Okay na yan.
In terms of law, maybe not anymore. But like, I guess that's a dream. That has. I mean, that's. It passed already, and I've made my peace with it. But I do plan to, one day take up game design. That's one of my
that's
passions
interesting.
in life, and I'm
Right.
really actively like, at the back of my head, whenever I'm just alone or just when I'm lost in my thoughts, when I'm showering or when I'm drunk or whatever, I would always think, no, man, you should go back. You should take up game design. So maybe that I'll take up game design in the States or in Canada or something.
Right. Right.
It's growing eh.
Yeah.
It is a growing industry. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it.
Yes.
But
It is, yeah.
Nico, you mentioned that before you got into the family business, you worked elsewhere. Diba? I'm interested. What did you do with your first paycheck?
I did banking. I did corporate loans in Asia United Bank, AUB.
AUB,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. So, fortunate. I mean, I applied. I didn't know I was going to get assigned to corporate loans, but that's where they put me. And it was perfect because I was able to learn,
Right.
how banks, award loans to
Operate.
businesses. And
Yeah.
Right.
that was something I could take to legal with me.
Right.
And sure enough, towards my the later years of legal, I was starting to meet with I was the one starting to meet now with the bankers and everything, and so it helped a lot actually with legal work.
Right. So,
Yeah.
Nico, what did you do with your first paycheck from AUB? Your first ever sueldo. What did you do with it?
Not a lot because it wasn't that high. I think I bought myself dinner and then that was it. It wasn't so high, trust me. It was very like, it really taught me a lesson,
Modest.
Yeah, it really taught me a lesson. So, I mean, hey, at least I know that I have it in me to survive at, with a small paycheck, I could appreciate.
Right.
Diba?
No, I think
Yeah.
that's normal for most people who get their first paychecks, diba? Parang you treat yourself out to dinner, or
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
your
That's it.
friends, diba? Or
Mm.
you make everybody libre or something like that. But I think that's a very Pinoy thing to do, Miko.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's what happened. I think that dinner took half my paycheck already.
Ako, I have a question for Macky naman. Macky, the creative mind behind those offbeat, daring advertisements of Ligo. But you packed up and joined a new company last year, Pickaroo. So, what made you venture outside the family business?
I mean, it's pretty much the same reason as Miko's, right? Like, legal will always be there. And I just want to do something for myself and just prove myself. Like, because again, imagine, when I went in legal, again, I just said it, that when I came in, I was already VP of advertising. And of course, like, when I was younger, it's like, oh, it's cool. First job ko, VP na, whatever, right? But then as I got older and wiser, it wasn't fulfilling, really. And I just wanted to prove myself, right? I wanted to prove myself that I could make it on my own. I don't need legal, like I could make a man out of myself without our family business. And more than that, also, I've always been into tech, video games, technology, gadgets, you name it, I'm into it, right? So I wanted to be drowned in that industry. I wanted to learn more about it because I know one of my dreams is, again, maybe starting my own app, maybe starting my own independent video game company, maybe working in one of the big video game companies. So this was the start. This is the start. Like, I needed to start somewhere. Somewhere meaning like within the tech industry. So that's why I left Ligo, and that's why I went to Pickaroo. And yeah, I'm super happy with what I'm doing in Pickaroo, and
Mukha ngang napaka-fulfilled. Eto ha, this is a very, very, very serious question. And I hope you guys are really, really honest, especially with all our listeners. So this question is for the two of you. Ano ang favorite ninyong Ligo Sardines variant? At eto, more importantly, be honest with us. May point ba na nagsawa kayo na talaga, ayoko na itong Ligo Sardines.
Ayoko na ng sardinas!
Ayoko na ng sardinas. Ilayo nyo sa akin yan. Sukang-suka na ako.
Macky, you wanna start?
start. I was gonna get the can, but yeah, my favorite one is it's new. It just came out last year. Our tuyo, canned tuyo.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's an innovation in the sardine industry. Like, no one has done canned tuyo. There's bottled tuyo.
Bottled, no? Normally
But
bottled
Bottled.
kasi siya. Yeah.
yeah, we're the first one to do canned tuyo, and it's at an affordable price, right? Tuyo, the bottled tuyo is like around 100 pesos, 90, something
Yeah,
like that. This one's around 40, right? So super
How?
affordable, and that's my favorite one because my favorite breakfast is really that yung garlic rice, tuyo, salted egg, kamatis, and like, oh my mouth's getting watery.
Nagutom na ako.
Din? Bukas yun ang almusal, oo. Ayun.
yeah.
So, the follow-up question. Oo.
Follow-up question, Macky.
Have you
Was there
ever
ever-
gotten... Yeah.
Have you ever gotten sawa of Ligo Sardines?
The regular one.
Is Papa listening to this?
No.
Huwag niyong i-share.
Be honest! Be honest!
Yeah, to be honest, like, almost every day in the office, we would have like this. We would do like taste test, right? Where we would taste like the batch that was made for that day, and it would be literally like maybe close to like like 30 to 40 bowls of sardines.
Oh my God.
And then we would
Seryoso?
taste like the sauce of each one, and then the fish, and then taste.
Is that a weekly thing
quality
or every other day?
Daily.
Daily.
Thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Daily.
And me naman,
So-
because
May-
I'm super like.
I think maiintindihan na ni Papa nyo yan.
Yeah.
Sige.
Me naman,
Hindi na
whenever
namin,
we
ano,
do those taste
Well, we won't
tests,
ask for a straight answer because I think we know what it is. So, baka magalit yung papa nyo. I think we know.
When we do those taste testing, I would always tell my dad I'm the worst person to like ask in terms of like if it's good or not, because I don't really complain with food. I really just eat what's there and I enjoy it regardless, right? So whenever we would taste test all 30, I'm like, okay naman.
Okay lang.
And then like Nico, who's more, versed in, he knows the production and everything, my dad, he'd be like, oh no, parang medyo blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I don't know. And then you see me, I'm just kind of eating everything. For me.
Pareho lang. Masarap
so
rin.
I was the worst critic. Really.
Ang helpful mo palang taste tester, Macky. Napaka-helpful mo pala. Okay naman.
Parang sardinas.
Anong lasa? Lasang sardinas.
Nasa Ligo. Okay
It tastes
na
like
naman.
Yup, it tastes like
Pero kay Miko, gusto ko, interested ako. What do you find na different, for example? Kasi paano kung
No, 'cause,
nag-taste test ka ng sardines?
We taste it daily. I mean, we open daily just to ensure that what we're sending out
Yung quality.
is good quality, and because it's food, so we want to make sure, because especially with fish, diba? Because if with fish you can get things like yung kate, right? The when the histamine levels are high, that can be harmful for humans, eh. And like it really does happen, on occasion where a fish will have a bit of kate. So yeah, and so that's why we open daily, and I mean, I don't freaking finish an entire plate like Macky. I literally just taste it. I taste.
I would really finish the bowl. I'm telling you.
Are you serious?
Dad would be like,
I don't treat that like a buffet.
Wait, so ikaw, I think this is more for Miko. So there was a point na nasuka ka na talaga ayoko na, tama na. Ayoko na ng sardinas.
I mean, like, growing up, we were very like, I really enjoyed the classic Ligo, with like, the way you have it with the calamansi, the sibuyas, like I really loved it as a child. But growing up in a family that owns sardines, it's like eventually you're gonna reach that freaking point where it's like ayoko na. I mean, like, wait, break muna tayo, time out muna, and there came a point that I reached that na. Although we started being more adventurous with flavors, and so parang
Right.
it sort of added this newfound excitement to Ligo again for me. And so the question, like the favorite variant, my favorite would be our Ligo Sardines with sriracha. Because it's like,
Bago yun.
yeah, that's also
Oh,
one of
I
our
want.
new ones. Yeah, because for me, it's like it has that parang hint of the classic Ligo, but then it's spicy, like sriracha level
Mainit.
spicy.
Right.
And so that's my favorite, because I'm a hothead there. I really like spicy food. Yeah.
Yeah, team spicy.
Yes.
Same.
All right.
Macky is the one finishing all the bowls.
Yes. For Macky,
May kanin ba?
it's a buffet. Because
May dala pa siyang kanin.
it's not. No, sometimes my dad will go, magluto nga kayo ng kanin. Go, labas kayo ng kanin dito. Because sometimes you can't appreciate it without rice.
Without
Right.
rice.
Without
Because
kanin, right?
It will change. The flavor will change it. And it's not all sardines that we open up. I mean, we open our corned beef and everything. That's why Macky treats it like that's why he treats it like a buffet. He'll taste everything.
Kasi ang dami.
Yeah, buffet yan for Macky.
Laglagan na eh. Laglagan.
Whenever Macky's there and we're developing something, labas mo yung bago natin. Patikin mo kayo pa Macky. You know, and so that's why he enjoys that process. Eh.
But, you know, may
Guest na
parang-
pala araw-araw.
Pero wrong person pala si Macky, no? To do the taste testing kasi talagang wala naman sa kanya eh. He eats everything, so...
Yes.
So yung standard, talagang yun na yun.
Medyo mababa ang bar ng standard.
It's just always good. It's always good for him.
It's always pareho eh. Isa lang.
Okay, so can you guys give us a recipe using Ligo Sardines? I mean, how have you used Ligo other than pang-ulam sa kanin?
I've used it on pasta. You know, sardine pasta. Yeah, sardine pasta. Very easy. And it's like, we even have like oil products, diba? Like the tuyo is in oil, our Spanish is in oil. Making pasta with those variants is super easy and it's like super fulfilling
Easy,
too. It
yeah.
tastes so great. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know how to cook. Whatsoever, so I can just eat it straight from the can. As you guys know by now, I mean, like, I'll just eat it from the can.
Eto again, I'm the one with the hard-hitting questions. Again, for the both of you, Mikko will go first, and then si Macky, kasi by age tayo. What do you love most about your brother, Mikko?
Oh!
Awkward question. I've never heard an answer to this.
Oh man!
Ano tayo? Feelings tayo. Feelings.
Okay. You know, just so everyone knows, you know, we're not the type of family that's very like open about our feelings. And so this will be like groundbreaking
Take this
for Macky
opportunity.
and I.
Or not even siguro not love if ano, but what is the one thing you appreciate most about your brother?
We're breaking ground here, guys. We're breaking ground here today. You know,
Take your time.
we are entering new territory here.
Yan, may video.
Welcome!
No, I mean,
Welcome, brother.
Inhale.
What-
Kaya yan.
Take a deep breath. You can do
I
it.
guess what I can say, what I appreciate about Macky is that whenever I'm in need of a brother, you know, whenever, you know, I need that kind of support, like he's there. And, you know, he's someone I can depend on talaga.
See, that wasn't so hard.
Yeah. Nag-palpitations ka ba? When you said that. Mikko, flex ulit. Ayan. Sige. Macky, ikaw, what do you appreciate most about your ahya?
You know, the thing that pops in mind right away is I could spend countless hours, days with Mikko because, you know, we share common interests. Like, there's like, it's insane the amount of how in tune we are, right? And that's something I love about him. Like, I can not just be myself, but like, it's in a weird way. I see myself in Mikko, just a better version.
Wow. Nuts.
Right?
Naks
Wait
daw.
lang,
eh.
wait lang, ah.
When
Ay,
Macky and I were
Ay,
Diba? Only a tita talk. Groundbreaking tayo.
That did not look
ang daming
hard at
feelings.
all. See? Akala ko ba
When-
wala kang feelings? O, bakit ang dami?
when we were younger, kasi when Macky was still a baby, cute talaga si Macky ng baby eh. I gotta say.
Baby
So,
lang.
you know,
Bakit ngayon ba?
Gorgeous. Gorgeous is the word.
Okay.
Sige, okay.
and so you know when he was a baby, I was very present in his growing up, and so you know like his love for video games, his love for Batman, for example, his love for movies. I truly believe that that was me sort of like instilling my interests on him when he was growing up, and luckily he latched on to every single one. So and it's like it's stayed ever since, and so that's something that's that common ground that we can always kind of like revert to, you know. Yeah.
So what are the things that you two like doing together these days?
So
Now that you're
I
grown
mean,
up.
now that we're like, I mean, we still spend a lot of time together. I mean, he's here now, right? I mean, we
Naglalaro
do
din
a
kayo
lot-
ng Batman?
Yeah, we still do a lot of things together. We'll talk. We'll always update each other with news about movies. We'll always go, oh, did you see this new trailer? Did you hear about this new movie? He'll. I mean, I play a lot less video games than I used to, but Macky really tries to like keep that fire in me alive. Like it's almost like he twists my arm to play video games. Like
Bagong Fallout.
literally,
May bagong Fallout.
he'll send me the game. He'll have it delivered. He'll constantly message me, Miko, did you play? Miko, did you play? And so.
So whether you like it or else.
Yeah, and for example, there's this one game that he's been trying to get me to play for so long, 3 years na ata or something, and now
Which
that
one?
he's here, it's called God of War, and so now that
I heard
he's
about
here with me, staying with me for a while, like he brought the game, played
Wala
it,
kang-
played it. He played it all the way to the part where I last ended. And then he passed it
Just
on to
hang
me.
it
Oh,
on.
continue. I'm like, grabe.
Wala
I
kang
told him-
lusot.
So I
Walang
told him.
lusot.
I told him the other day, oh, Macky, by hook or by crook, you really got me to play this game. No?
Oh, may strategy talaga siya ever since.
Yeah.
Diba?
And so
Marunong.
I mean, I also won't lie that things like that, I feel personally also keeps me young. It helps me feel young. Like still being able to enjoy video games. When I can. It's something that I appreciate, naman. It's not like it's not an annoyance. I appreciate it. It's just sometimes I'm just unable to do the schedule. So yeah.
Okay.
Kanina pa ako naiinggit sa wine. Ano ba yan, Lord?
Ito, ito ulit ha, for both of you again. I just thought of these questions for both of you. Si Macky muna ulit. What's your favorite childhood memory? And what's your most unforgettable experience?
Oh man.
Unforgettable experience.
Yeah, and your favorite childhood
My favorite
memory.
My favorite
Na hindi
childhood
kasama si
memory.
Batman.
Na hindi involved ang sardinas.
Ang buffet.
Alright, my favorite childhood memory. I think it would definitely be in those years when we were living in Canada. Where how old was I? 5, 4, something like that. And it was simple times. With everyone when they were younger, right? I remember that because all we were doing was me, Mikko, and Mark. We would be in the basement. Either we would be playing hide and seek. We'd be playing Nerf. I'd be playing with Mikko and Mark's Nerf gun. So it was really everything was just really peaceful. you know, and then now obviously with work and everything, worrying about bills. So like, I wish I could go back to that year.
To Nerf.
Unforgettable experience next.
Mm-hmm.
Unforgettable experience. I think I would have top of mind. Definitely was when I left Ligo. That was not easy. That was not easy. I remember hyping myself up, telling my dad like, okay, you know, like I was talking to my girlfriend at that time, who's now my fiance. I was like, babe, ito na. I'm gonna tell him today, yeah. So I told him, you know, obviously it's not easy. It's hard for me. I'm sure it was hard for my dad. That's unforgettable, but I think that was for the better because where I am now, I'm like, because I'm more independent, right? Not attached to Ligo. I believe in myself more. I really had problems with, I had self-confidence issues. I had, you know, my own issues with depression, and I would always get anxiety. And leaving Ligo was a step to fixing that, building my own character, my own confidence. So I will never forget that day. I will never regret it. So yeah, that would be unforgettable for me.
Yun. What about you naman, Miko? Favorite childhood memory and unforgettable experience?
Favorite childhood memory is, again, going back to what Macky said. You know, it's because you know when we were younger, we migrated to Canada, and we were very young. I grew up there. We were there for 8 years. You know, I was there for my entire elementary years. You know, and I mean, I'm not sure if any of you have lived there. So, but for us at the time, you know, it was really like the kind of childhood that, you know, you see in movies where it's like you live in a
where in Canada pala? Where in Canada?
Vancouver.
Oh, okay. Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
We lived in a cul-de-sac where all the kids of the neighborhood were friends with each other. You know, we biked everywhere. You know, there was legit like ano ba yun? An ice cream truck that would come, and you can hear, you know, the ice cream, you know, the sound that it makes, and we will all run to them. When it's summer, you know, we have water gun fights with the entire neighborhood. So, you know, we really grew up. Like that childhood was really like, I mean, you don't get that in Manila, you know, unfortunately.
That's true.
So that was really a special time in our lives. Unforgettable thing. Is it like a childhood thing? Because like I have an unforgettable childhood memory.
That's fine. Whichever one, yeah, whichever. It can be childhood. It can be.
It's a funny
memory.
story. When I was younger, we were in San Francisco, and medyo maloko ako before, and so I was playing with my dad's lighter when I was younger. I went underneath and we were in a hotel, by the way. I went underneath the bed playing with the lighter.
Oh my god.
And the bed had caught fire.
Oh my god.
And I was like, Pa, Ate started a fire. and it reached to the level where like firemen had to come.
Oh my god.
And so I think for like unforgettable childhood memory, that's probably it. Because to this day, my parents still bring that up. You know, for my high school dedication when they wrote, they still mention that.
What? Mikko Tung, arsonist.
Yeah.
Arsonist.
Miko, the fire starter.
Oh.
And it's funny how I tried to pass the blame on to my sister, you know.
Ano sabi ni sister mo when you pass it on to her? Buti hindi ka binalibag.
No one believed. Yeah. That's my unforgettable childhood memory.
Ayun. Okay.
Oh my god.
Next question na, Marga. Next question.
Both of you are into fitness. So what do you guys do to stay fit during the pandemic?
So for me, I try to. I mean, especially as you get older, right? I mean, fitness becomes. It's not always about like looking good now, especially as you get older. Now it's all about just trying to be healthy for me. So, I try to have a mix of everything. So I do cardio, I'll do weights, and I recently got into yoga. I'm starting to really enjoy yoga. So and it's something that you can do at home, right? And so now that all the gyms are closed, it's such an easy thing to do. And so I'll run outside and I'll do yoga here inside. So that's been my fitness regimen.
For
Macky?
me, I'm very dependent on working out in the gym. I don't like. I mean, obviously with the I mean, I'm not as fit as before. I'm far from it already. I'm like skinny and kind of chubby at the same. I'm skinny in my arms and then chubby in, like in my stomach at the same time. Uh, but that's because again of the pandemic and like the gyms are closed. They just closed no second lockdown, right?
Right.
But when the gyms opened, I was telling my fiance like, oh man, time to get back into the gym, and then I was really like, I made back my gains, and then nag-lockdown ulit, and I was working on my fitness for the wedding. I'm like, I gotta look good, and then wala nag-lockdown, and I'm like, oh my god, and then I told wedding, you know what, wala na, I mean like, screw it, I'm just gonna wait until this pandemic is over, and then I'll start going back to fitness. But what I started doing, as in it started just yesterday, it was day one. I finally did yoga. I did yoga with Weda, my fiance. So first time doing it, I learned a lot of new things. I'm not as stretchy as like Weda, and my muscles are very weak in all different parts of me, and I want to work on that. But that's something I'm going to start working on, doing yoga. I want to get better in yoga. Yeah.
Okay. Sige. Eto na naman ako with the hard-hitting
Hard-hitting
question.
questions.
Sorry,
I like
sorry. I hope you
Feelings
never
ulit,
ban me.
feelings.
I hope you still talk to me after this. But eto, again, we've talked about what you appreciate with each other. Ano naman yung pet peeve nyo sa isa't isa? Yung talagang naiirita kayo and yeah, and
I feel
when
like
Si
if you
Mikko
do
siyang meron
if you,
agad.
oo. And then if you do fight, how do you resolve it between the two of you? So eldest muna uli. Sige, si Ahia uli.
Okay. You know, there isn't much. Like I said, like we really get along naman. I mean, there's probably like small petty arguments where we disagree on one thing. But like if I were to say there's something that bothers me about him, is that because you know what, I don't know if this is common knowledge, probably not, but I have OCD. I have a very slight case of OCD, and it's like
Okay lang yan.
Ethel can relate. Ethel can
Okay
relate.
lang yan, oo. That's
Yeah.
okay.
Okay lang yan.
so I really like organization. You know, I like cleanliness. You know, and so you know, whenever I have Macky here, or you know, whenever he's in where my home, you know, he's not as clean or as organized as me. And so I always find myself having to clean up after him, you know? Like you know, whether it's washing his dishes, putting his shoes away, folding the bed, you know.
Akala ko wala
I
kang
know your
masyadong
favorite.
issue.
Oh, Nico, I know your favorite is Superman, ha? Pero for a moment, medyo pa green, medyo pa Hulk ka na.
But you know, the reason why it's like a minor thing is because I also don't mind cleaning naman. It's not like it's hassle for me. Because you know, it satisfies my OCD rin eh. It's not really a bother for me. So, you know, like I said, if I really had to look for something, it would be that lang, really. Yeah.
Do you guys
Ethel and Mikko will be very good friends.
Yeah. you know, Nico, ang pang-inis ko kay Ethel is we usually, because she's also ok-ok, we send her yung mga pictures nung, alam mo yung medyo off-center.
Macky does that all the time.
Oh my
All
God.
the time. he like tags me on
Right?
Facebook.
So
Yung mga,
effing annoying yung mga
Yeah.
tires na mali-mali.
Yeah.
Or yung ano.
Yeah, and I'm like, like, why do you do this?
Right? Why do you
I'm
do
like,
that?
why do you do this?
Spirit animal ko si Macky because that's the exact same thing I do to Ethel.
Di ba nakakainis, ha? You start the day with mga ganyan or even grammar. Sometimes meron silang nakita na sign na wrong yung apostrophe S yung yung
Plural.
verb. So parang, ginawa nila plural. Parang, oh my God, ba't niyo ako ginaganito?
Yeah, it's like, what's the objective? Like, what is the objective?
What's the objective,
really?
right? Exactly. Do they want this?
So how do you...
How do we resolve our fights?
Yeah. If you fight, how do you
Ikulong mo
resolve
siya
it?
sa banyo.
We haven't we argued, but like we haven't really fought in so long. But like when we were younger, obviously as brothers, we all physically fought, right? And so that would happen a lot before, and I would always win. But
Sorry.
Ay,
But basically, there will just be like a short period where we won't talk to each other, and then because especially before we like shared rooms, like all three brothers lived in the same room, so it was like it's either you made up quickly or it's like it gets awkward really quick, and there'd probably be a brief moment where we don't talk, and then. I mean, we're not the type to apologize to each other, but after a while, it's just like, okay, now back to normal.
Okay, na.
Yeah.
Right.
So what about you,
Hey.
Macky? What's your pet peeve kay Kuya?
Actually, this just happened yesterday. Again, it's not a big thing also. It's not like I care about it or whatever. It kind of goes back to the whole video games and more than that, watching movies also. It's like, whenever I make Miko watch something or play something, or even if it's coming from himself, he says, "Hey, let's watch this movie." I'm like, "Oh yeah, let's watch a movie. Let's because that's how we bond. We play games, we watch movies." And then I don't know, like I'm watching 40 minutes in, I look at Miko and he's just dead asleep.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh my god,
Come on.
He did that yesterday?
Sorry.
He did that yesterday?
Yes.
Yeah, he did it yesterday when we were watching. I think he was doing it yesterday. When we were watching Rap
I did.
Man.
I did.
Yeah, see. So like, we were all watching, the three of us with my fiance, and we were, I was like into it, and then, like all of a sudden Miko's like, "Oh my god, he's the bad guy," and I'm like, "Huh." It was revealed like 30 minutes ago he's the bad guy. So, like,
I think everyone can agree that as you get older, it's like it gets harder to like stay up late there, right? I can't do those nights
Ikaw naman
anymore.
yung maka-older.
No, I didn't say we were old. We just got older. Yeah.
That's
it's like he would really hype up on Macky, this movie's so good, let's watch it. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. And we watch it, and he falls asleep. And I'm just the only one standing watching it. I'm like, what the hell? Who they talk to? I like conversing about the movie.
He woke up naman.
In fairness, we had wine last night also, so it's like it got extra difficult to stay awake, right?
Rason naman pala. And he woke up.
Yeah, I still caught the last part. I still understood and appreciated the movie naman, man.
Yeah, hindi mo lang alam kung sinong kalaban.
Yeah.
So he found out 30 minutes
I
after.
knew it. Right when they said to me that it was revealed a while ago, I was like, damn it, I fell asleep again. Damn, I fell asleep again.
Next question na.
Sige.
Si Ethel.
Oh, Mina. Okay, medyo seryoso lang. Charot. Next. For both of you, what is the mantra you live by? Like it's something that guides you, like every day or at work or just with life. What is the mantra that you live by?
You know me, it's like nowadays, parang I'm trying to be, parang I'm trying to live a life where it's like I can be appreciative of everything, you know, like appreciate the small things, you know, especially nowadays. It's like a
Mm,
lot of the things that we took for granted were
That's true.
inaccessible to us, you know,
right.
and so I mean I'm not saying that I'm there yet, but like I've really been making a conscious effort to live a life of gratitude and just be
Gratitude.
appreciative
Yes.
of all the blessings that come my way. Yeah.
Oh, that's really nice. How about you,
Yeah.
Mackie?
For me, I think it's more of. Wish there was a quote, right? Most mantras have a quote, but like it's more of just like especially where I am now. I try to understand where people are coming from, right? Because
Mm,
you know, like whenever I see someone or hear something about someone and it's negative, and objectively it may look like they're wrong, they're the villain, they're whatever. I always at the back of my head, I always say to myself, there has to be a reason to this. They're not just inherently wrong or bad, or there's a reason why they're doing what they're doing. And maybe I'll never understand it, maybe I'll never know it, but there's a reason to it, and they have a reason why they're doing what they're doing.
Benefit of
So
the doubt.
yeah,
mm,
there. I guess that would be my mantra, right? Because I look at myself, right? I have my moments where I'm just irrational. Sometimes I'm erratic. I'll have a. I'll say I try to keep my temper like contained and whatever, but sometimes it'll like come out because I'm trying to hold it for too long. And that's why I reflect. Like, man, I can understand why someone thinks I'm being a douche or whatever, but if you just know what's on my mind, what I'm thinking, what I've been going through for the past week or past month, you
mm.
would understand. But sadly, you will never understand. And if I'm thinking that, then everyone has to be thinking like that also. All of you would probably be like that,
Right.
right?
Right.
And that's what I try. That's what I try to live by. That's something I think it's super important, especially like now where parang people are so separated from one another,
Mm-hmm.
and like
Mm,
parang it's so easy to get irritated or whatever because like it's the world is so uneasy. It's so easy to get to be mad or whatever. So now more than ever, we just need to understand that people are dealing with things in their own way. Sometimes I don't talk to
right.
my friends. I'm absent for months. I don't reply to them. It doesn't mean I hate you. That doesn't mean anything. It's just that I'm dealing with my own thing. Just understand it, and vice versa, right? So yeah.
Okay. Galing.
Yeah. It's
Um,
really nice.
yeah,
Thank you.
so nice. So, ano, do we proceed na? This one is the round robin part.
Ooh, what's
Um,
this?
the round robin is just we just throw questions at the two of you and then quick answers lang, quick question and answer. So
Wow, when we're
Yeah,
playing,
whatever comes
whatever comes to
what
your mind.
whatever
Mabilis lang
comes
to.
to mind first thing.
Yeah,
Rapid.
Okay, let's go.
rapid
Rapid
round
question.
robin. Okay, here we go. First question. Again by age tayo. So si Miko first, then Macky. What's the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning?
I walk Barkley, my dog.
Okay, what about you, Macky?
I hug Weda and then I go back to sleep.
Okay. Um, okay, yun na. What's the perfect breakfast for you? Miko?
Ooh, I really am a fan of yung continental breakfast at the hotel. It's like bacon, egg,
Mm,
tomatoes. Like
Bread.
yes.
that is my favorite.
Good bread. Yun. Ikaw
Like
naman,
whenever
Macky.
I travel and check into a hotel, I gotta make sure I have that
Always.
continental
Always.
breakfast.
Nico probably knows my
Continental.
answer already.
Yeah.
It's the open bagel, cream cheese,
Ikaw si
smoked
Sinangag.
salmon, capers, and lemon.
Mhm.
Right.
Ah.
That one.
Oh, okay. So both of you are more bread people for breakfast, ano? Kasi
Yeah.
continental si Miko and then
Yeah.
bagel naman for you, Macky. All right, sige. Favorite ice cream flavor?
Ooh.
Nico.
Carmen's Best malted milk. It's malted milk, right, Macky? Yeah, that
Malted
one.
milk.
Right. That's a good
Yeah.
one.
That one.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
What about you, Macky?
Me, it doesn't matter either vanilla or chocolate, but the thing that is important for ice cream has to have rainbow sprinkles.
Rain.
Very particular.
He's really a kid.
Yeah, he's still a kid at heart. He's still a kid at heart.
I love that about him. Okay, next. Sige. Again, what's your comfort food?
Ooh, Jolly spaghetti.
Okay, ikaw naman, Macky.
Same.
Same.
Jolly spaghetti. Wow. Childhood memory.
Wow. Is there a reason?
Yeah.
I used to eat 4 of those when I was a child, when I was younger.
Wow.
Wow.
In one sitting. Now it's like impossible though. It's like 2 max.
So you like the sweet spaghetti, the sweet Pinoy spaghetti,
Yes.
you know?
You know, because my mom cooks a lot.
Yeah,
Like she used to hate it when I would say, you know, Ma, your spaghetti is good, but like I really like
Hindi
Jolly
ka
spaghetti.
Jollibee?
No matter where we go, like we could be traveling in Europe and like have spaghetti there, and I'll still say it's still Jolly spaghetti for me. Give me the sweet spaghetti and hot dog any day.
Now you're making
You're
me
a happy
hungry.
boy.
You know.
I
Okay.
told Weda, like, you know, I was talking to Weds before, like, babe, I've tried pasta like all over the place. States, Europe, Japan, or whatever. I don't care where it's from. Jollibee spaghetti beats any spaghetti in the world. Any.
Dapat pala stockholder tong mga to eh.
Easily.
Hindi na ba kayo ng stock sa Jollibee? Parang ano kayo?
Jollibee, if you're watching,
Hindi, tsaka,
endorsement.
If may hihingin kayong favor sa kanila, alam niyo na kung anong ibibigay.
That's right.
Ayun.
Oo.
Ito, what naman is the food that you absolutely hate?
Oh man. Ampalaya.
Oh, ikaw naman. Okay. Any ampalaya, as in,
Okay.
any it's cooked, basta ampalaya, you don't like bitter, no? Kasi you like sweet spaghetti, so yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, not food, and it's more of like how it's used. I hate it when nuts are used in any dish. So nuts in like salad or in chocolate is so gross.
Okay, puree.
Pero gusto mo ng sprinkles.
It's not nuts though. Like, it's so weird. Like,
It's not.
Pero to be fair,
Sweet
to be
or
fair, when I was a
savory,
kid,
everything that you don't
Sorry?
like. No, I mean, it's not even like some people, diba, like nuts in sweets, but not in savory food. So, ikaw, you're both. Just not, nothing.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Whenever I see
interesting.
nuts in salad, I swear it grosses me out. It's like, oh.
Greek salad has
You eat nuts, basta they're by themselves. You eat
Yeah,
nuts
I
by
eat nuts
themselves.
alone. Like when I'm drinking, right, my pulutan, whatever, fine. But when you mix it with
Yeah.
salad, when you mix it with chocolate, like chocolate, why is it with chocolate? Like
So, no cookies? No cookies with
only
nuts.
chocolate chip cookies for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Purist chap.
Huwag mong lalagyan ng walnut,
pagdating sa
ganyan.
mani.
Yeah, no
yun.
walnut. That's so like weird.
So gross. Okay.
My toes are telling me right
ito.
now how weird it is.
the most
Nico,
important
you don't know
question.
how to get back at Macky when he doesn't clean
Yes.
the dish.
Yeah. Sprinkle peanuts on his breakfast.
Yes. That's a good idea.
Oh, ito, this is very, very, very important to me. This is basically the question that we ask everybody, and it's very important.
Oh my God,
Are
Ethel,
you-
may pagkakataon tayo.
Oo. Humawak kayo. Kapit kayong dalawa kasi ako ang panalo for the previous guests, no?
Ay, nako. Di na ako
Are
maasa.
you are you nokra na you hate okra, or are you prokra na you like okra, you can eat okra?
Man. I'm Rokra.
Hell yeah.
I'm
I want
Rokra.
So good.
What
You
about
know,
you?
what's that? Pinakbet? You know that that where it's all vegetable. I love that. I really,
We have
really
some. I
love
think we
that.
still
You
have some in
know,
the recipe.
like okra with the malunggay thing that that you kind of like pull out like that. You know, I love that. I absolutely love that.
What about
Wait,
as
I
an
think okra is the one with suka and bagoong,
Yes.
and then you
Yes,
just
yes,
go like,
yes.
oh my god.
Yeah,
Sorry,
all day.
talo uli kayong
All
dalawa. Kasi
day.
among the four of us, I'm the only procra. I call myself the procra queen. Yung tatlo, they don't eat okra. So, yeah, di ba? Blasphemy.
No,
Ilocano
because-
The one with the
nandidiri ako
suka
sa
and
inyong
the
dalawa.
slimy.
Because
Ayoko ng slimy eh.
a lot of people naman, that's what they dislike, the consistency. But kasi the
Yeah,
thing with us
I
is
tried
when we were growing up, our mom kasi is really into gulay. So very early on in our lives, we were already being fed all of these different
Gulay.
kinds of vegetables. And we welcomed all. The only thing that I really couldn't get behind was the ampalaya. But like in terms of vegetables, I think I can really enjoy like most, like 98% of the vegetables.
Yeah, okra is my ampalaya with your thing. Kasi
Yeah.
Ilocano ako, but everything, yung dad ko, lahat-lahat yan, isik sa plate mo. I tried, hanggang dito lang yung okra, lalabas yan talaga. I can't.
Oh man.
Yeah.
You're missing out. You're missing out.
See,
You know,
look at the disappointment.
you know the okra with the bagoong and suka. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's so
Yeah,
good.
no,
You know,
I had ampalaya for
I
lunch.
swear, no.
Okay, ampalaya, like it's bitter. I don't understand how people can like that. Like I just
don't eat it
don't
also.
see it.
But I still eat it. Like meaning
Yeah,
like,
the
I'll
ampalaya.
just swallow it right away.
Macky, hindi ka naman kasi sensitive sa pagkain. Alam na natin
Yeah,
yun. Okay, di ba?
Okay.
Alright, and
Hindi
next
mo
question
din
is
karinderya
also
eh.
important. Pineapple on pizza, yay or nay?
Nay.
No.
Nay.
Oh my God!
Ano kayo? I love pineapple on pizza.
No.
Okay,
No.
how come you don't want pineapple on pizza when you
No.
like
It's so
Johnny
weird.
spaghetti?
Guys.
No, because like
It is,
the
right?
the pizza itself is not sweet. It's savory, right?
Mhm.
And so
Right.
Spaghetti.
Why?
it's
Why
so
would you-
weird when you bite into a
It's so
pizza and then all of a
gross.
sudden there's like an explosion of
may
like sweetness. Yeah.
Tapos may juice, di ba?
Yeah.
May juice na
Lower
lalabas.
burger,
Yeah.
you keep like reading.
Right?
Ako yung talunan dito. Ako yung talunan dito.
Who the hell cares about an Aloha burger? Give me a champ.
Yeah.
So you,
You
right?
know,
I like them again.
So you don't even like Aloha burger.
No.
No.
Okay.
You know what? Whenever I order Pizza Hut Super Supreme, I take that out. Take it out.
Pero may
Sige, give
pero,
me.
oy, okay. Pero di ba, meron pa rin yung juice doon, even if you take it
Yeah.
out. Sometimes
Yeah,
you can
but-
still taste
Yeah.
it eh. So,
Yeah.
I try not
Hey,
to.
in fairness,
Yes,
Gordon Ramsay also said no to pineapple on pizza.
Yeah. So, Gordon.
Okay.
knows better.
So we're in good company.
Oh,
Yeah.
but Anthony Bourdain eventually liked pineapple on pizza. Yun lang masasabi ko.
So ipaglalaban mo pa rin.
Ang lalaban ko. And then, okay, anyway, next question. Ito, if you had a superpower or if you could choose a superpower, what would it be?
I mean, like the easy answer is, to be able to fly, like flight. But like, really, if I really wanted an ability, it'd probably be the power of persuasion.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Ooh.
that's what I would really want.
Manipulative. Charot.
Yeah.
I love, di ba?
Gaganyan ka lang. Para kang si Professor
No,
X. Kaya
Yeah.
Mantis, or like mantis.
Yes.
For me, it would be to turn back time. Easily.
Oh, that's a good one too.
Yeah, because I
Why
always,
though?
like say with music, right? I like music of. I listen to like stuff from Frank Sinatra. I listen to like a lot
Lumang
of my
tao.
mom's music. I
Big band.
Yeah, like I would listen to that, to those music, and like even like the fashion of like that like the
Mm.
30s, 40s,
like,
yeah.
like
40s.
really,
40s. That's
yeah, I
pretty nice.
really love like when everyone was in
Right.
suits and stuff like that.
Mm.
Super fascinated by it, and I would love to go back there, just relive it. So time travel.
Okay.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one. All right. Morning person or night owl?
Morning person. I'm
This
up.
guy
Pareho
is a
ko.
morning person like there's no tomorrow.
I'm up like, I mean, nowadays it's like I'm waking up a bit later, but normally I'm up like 4:30 na. You know?
Wow.
5:30. 5:30.
Yeah,
That's good too.
din ako.
Now we
I'm
know
a
why
morning
Miko
person.
falls asleep during evening movies.
So, but what about you, Macky? I'm sorry, I didn't get it. Are you a morning person or a night
I'm
owl?
more of a night owl.
Ayun.
I mean, can't do morning. I mean, if I have to, I'll
Yeah.
do it. But oh my god, it's struggle.
Effort.
Effort yun.
Kasi the morning people, pag open pa lang ng eyes,
Parang
ka na
they have
gising na gising ka na.
Oo, alert na.
Same.
No? Ako, I'm
Yeah,
a
I'm
night
like
owl
that.
I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
who's awake?
Yeah.
Paita, this is theoretical, ha? So, I just want to know. If you only had two choices, magandang tanga o pangit na interesting and matalino?
Are you talking about
20 year.
date?
Yeah, I think so.
No.
That's what you meant, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, oo. Like,
Yeah.
You know, 20-year-old Miko would probably say magandang tanga. But now that I'm a little bit more mature, I will take the other one.
Hindi maganda. Pero
Yeah.
It's not interesting.
Substance.
Okay.
Substance is the most
Overform.
important thing in a partner.
Yeah.
Yes.
At this point in like where I am now, like looks really doesn't. I mean,
it's not all. It's not all that.
It's
Parang
it
ganon.
grabs
No.
your attention, but then that's where it starts and that's where it ends. Grabbing your attention, and
That's
then
true.
whether you're interesting, whether you're smart or whatever, that dictates whether we could be friends or not friends or more than friends. Obviously not more than friends. I'm engaged already, but yeah.
Okay. Sige. Next question. On your Spotify, what's the song currently on loop?
Ooh.
Oh man, BTS Dynamite. Let's go.
Not
Hindi ka pa
butter.
nasa butter?
Song,
Wala ka pa sa butter,
Macky?
Macky?
Butter na.
The thing is I'm a
Nasa
recent
butter na
fan.
ako
I'm
eh.
talking about like I've only heard of BTS maybe 4-5 months ago.
Okay,
And
very recent.
I was
then.
hooked in Dynamite, and that's been my jam. I heard Butter, but Dynamite still like
Check.
either Dynamite or to this day, it's still Love Story by Taylor Swift.
Ooh. What about
Si Miko.
what about Miko?
What's that Justin Bieber song? Just kidding. No, Macky actually recently played a song for me. It's by Jaden Smith. Again, he forced me to play a video game that I played that had a really amazing soundtrack. So my favorite song right now that's on repeat is it's called "On My Own" by Jaden Smith. Will
Okay,
Smith's song,
final.
yeah.
That sound. I'm gonna look that up. Final question. Pick one: Marvel or DC?
Oh,
Easy.
I want to hear
DC.
this. I want to hear this. Oh, Miko is DC. Yeah, because you like Superman, right? You're the Superman
Yes.
Right.
Oh, what's that? Oh, teka, wait. Can we see that
Batman.
guy.
tattoo?
Batman.
Oh, DC
DC.
pareho. All right. Okay, so that's
Although-
our final
Although
question.
Macky and I super hate how Marvel is super successful right now. We
Compared
always,
to
look,
DC, ano?
They are.
we always look at each other and we're like, what the hell is going on, man?
Someone told me nga, DC is very, very good when it comes to the comics, but for some reason,
Yes.
they can't seem to transition
they're
properly
literally
into
good
the
with
movies.
everything else.
For the
Video
movies.
games, animation, cartoons, comics.
But Macky and I are a fan of all comic books. You know, we are there for all the Marvel movies. I have every single MCU movie on my Blu-ray collection, so we can appreciate all.
But you're DC boys. at the heart of
Yeah.
it.
Oh, dang! Punisher.
We have a Marvel
They're
fan
DC
here.
boys. That's
Yeah,
right.
si Marga.
Oh, man.
Marga.
But you
Ayan,
know,
may
we
kinukuha
can
pa si
appreciate that. I mean, oh,
We got a.
oh man! Did you like Marga? Did you like the Netflix Marvel shows? You're on
You're-
mute.
You're on mute.
You're on mute, Marga. Marga.
I'll be honest with you. I only like Jessica Jones.
I love
What?
Jessica Jones.
You didn't like Daredevil? Are you crazy?
Daredevil was good.
Aawayin ka na.
I wasn't so hooked. I love Jessica Jones.
Jessica Jones was good.
Yeah.
What's her name? Kristen Ritter. Is it Kristen
Ritter,
Ritter?
Yeah.
Kristen
She's
Ritter,
really good. She's really good, you know.
And
so,
David Tennant, my God, he was
Yes,
so good
yes.
there.
So
Grabe.
good.
Yes. So I can understand, but Daredevil is still the jewel of the Netflix Marvel shows for me. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's nice. Nice to know that you're a comic book fan, Marga. I like that.
Actually, an influence of my brother. I got into it pretty late. I was late to the party because this is his collection, and then he because he moved out of my place, so
See?
he left all of
I have
these.
comics also.
Turns
See?
out,
Ayan na.
Oh.
Nabasa na.
during the pandemic, I devoured all of them. And then, okay, now I'm hooked.
Oh, so this was recent, Margs.
Yeah, like, right after, when lockdown part one.
Oh.
Yeah,
Wow, that's amazing.
yeah. And I think I've read about 16, 18 volumes here already.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. Oh, so
That's wild.
we have that
And
pala. We have that in common na pala.
Grabe, mga comic heads. Ang kita-kita. Ayun.
Well, I
Okay, so
love
that's...
reading books in general. So, comics, paperback, everything. So, yeah.
Nice.
Mm.
Are you guys watching The Boys on Prime?
Macky
Ligo
has
hasn't
finished.
finished
I'm
it
almost
yet. I
done.
keep telling
I'm like
him.
2 episodes away from catching up. I'm 2 episodes away. 2 episodes away, but it's really good. I really like The Boys.
I tried it, hindi ko kaya yung gore, but my friend keeps telling me, you have to watch it. You have to watch
If you
the
need
hero
someone to force you
gasm.
to watch it, don't worry. I can force you to watch it.
Ayan.
Huwag mong patulugin.
He's gonna stalk you guys on Twitter and always tweet you. Did you guys watch? Did you watch? Did you watch?
I don't know if you've seen this. Speaking of series that we are watching, no, have you seen What We Do in the Shadows?
No.
Oh my God!
Familiar.
Where is that?
It's on Hulu. It's a spin-off from a movie by Taika Waititi and Jermaine Clements about mockumentary.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's where
I'll
you started,
tag you
right?
guys. It's
That
a
was way
mockumentary
before.
about vampires daw. And then they spun it off
Yeah.
into a TV series. I'll send you the material. I'm following the two of you
Nice.
anyway. Yon. So
Yes.
anyway, that's the end of
Am
our
I
round
following
robin.
them?
Yeah, I'm following them na. So
Naghanap ako.
ayan, may fellow ok-ok ka na kayong dalawa ni Nico. Tapos tayo naman, Macky, we're gonna tag both of them sa mga pang-inis na pictures, di ba?
Yes.
Yes. Yun.
Pero happy na ako na ayaw nila ng pineapple on pizza. Maski kumakain sila ng okra.
Pero panalo
Tapos,
ako
nobody's
dahil
perfect.
okra sila pareho.
Tapos there's a fellow OCD person here pala.
Yes,
no?
please!
Yes.
Para pag meron silang sinend sa akin, i-share ko sa inyo.
Except
Ayun,
that
okay.
you also met 3 more people who will make you asar with your OCD. So I'm not sure that's a good thing.
Oh, yes.
Oo,
Yeah,
nga
makinig
pala.
lang ng Oo.
May Macky pala dito.
Unfortunately, you are correct.
Let's start sharing links of like annoying
Yes.
or whatever.
Send links. We have a lot.
Nakakainis yun. Di ba yung mga nandun sa, like in the airplanes, yung dun sa may you know the one that holds the thing where you
Yeah.
eat?
Yeah.
I want that straight. Like, my daughters, pag nakatulog ako, igaganon lang nila ng konting-konti. And then, they'll wait until I open my eyes. Sabi niya, you know what the first thing you do? You straighten it. You do it like that all the time. Every time.
No, you know,
That's what they do.
my friends, like what they would do whenever you would come over to my house, because I have a DVD, a Blu-ray collection that I arranged
Right?
by studio.
Alphabetically?
By
Oh, by
studio.
you. Okay.
By studio.
Whoa.
Yeah. And like as a test, they'll rearrange that thing to see if I'll catch it.
It will
And I
notice.
always do.
you'll catch
So
it,
it's like,
right?
why do you guys keep doing it? You know I'll catch it. Like, just stop. You know, stop.
Well, anyway,
Yay.
that was the last question, and I hope you guys had fun. I'm gonna turn it
Yeah.
over now to Abby.
So thank you, Mikko and Macky. It's been fun talking to you, and we know na how to make you asar.
Yes.
Be careful on Twitter. So please be careful because we'll take that to heart. Papadalan talaga kayo namin ng links. And you know, that wraps up episode 10 of Tita Talk. We'd like to thank Mikko and Macky for giving us their time this afternoon, well into the evening already. So thank you, gentlemen,
dark
and
na.
we wish you great luck on the rest of your endeavors.
Thank you for having us. You know, it was really a lot of fun, you know. So thank you for having us.
We
Salamat.
really enjoyed having the two of you here.
Thank you,
So-
thank
I
you.
mean, if you guys
So,
are very
thank you,
want to
everybody
invite us
who-
next time, we'll be more than willing. Hopefully, Mark can join us next time. You know, so
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So,
That would be fun.
So, yeah, thank you for inviting us.
Ok din ba
Had
yun?
fun.
Yes. Prokra yun. Prokra din yun.
Prokra!
We'll make him react to all your answers to this interview, and then he can. All right. So thank you, everybody. Thank you
Thank
to
you.
everybody who has who caught this episode. You can catch us on Spotify, on YouTube, and this is your Tita Abby Valte, Abby_Valte on Twitter, saying good night to all of you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.